Okay, so the SAT is literally a trigger word for most high school juniors at this point. With parents and teachers putting crazy amounts of pressure on students to study and do well on this test, it's caused a lot of stress on teens just trying to get into college. Well, not for Grace Murray, the 14-year-old girl who got a 1600 on her first try taking the SAT. Believe me, when I first heard about this, I was like, what? I've been studying vigorously for months to even get close to a 1600, and this child gets it on the first try like effortlessly. So I thought I'd research her study habits and lifestyle and give you guys the top 4 things Grace did to help get a perfect score on her SAT. And hopefully you guys can take something from her to do better on yours. Okay, so the first thing she did was start early. The thing is, if you push it to last minute like your senior year, it puts a lot of stress on you to do perfect that time, and it can mess with your mind and focus. So doing what she did and taking it her freshman year, she got to familiarize herself with the test while also getting it out of the way early. Coming from someone who did in fact push it to the last minute, I wish I took it as early as she did because it would have taken off so much stress from me later on. Okay, so the next thing she did to boost her score to perfect is preparation. Now, this one sounds obvious, but more specifically, she took online prep courses. You can find tons of free test prep material online like Khan Academy and McGraw-Hill that basically lay out a test prep plan for you. Now, obviously, these aren't cheat codes. You actually have to put the work in and study, but these resources give you a set framework and plan for how you can study. And I think this proves that you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on test prep courses. Grace got a perfect score without spending any money. I'll also list a bunch of free test prep websites in the description if you guys need examples. Okay, so the next one she said is YouTube. She watched a bunch of videos on reading and math, and shameless plug to my channel, I've made a bunch of SAT prep videos that I can link in the description if you need it. But yeah, if you're struggling with a specific subject, there are most likely tons of YouTube video about that specific subject. Just make sure to do your research. A few channels I personally like surrounding like studying and productivity are like Ali Abdaal, Matt D'Avella, and there are probably a bunch of other ones that like are in their channel recommendations. Okay, so the final tactic she used is plain old grit. Grace said in an interview that everyone in her test center was extremely nervous and it was kind of rubbing off on her, but she just sucked it up and pushed through it. She gave it her all despite most odds being against her. I don't mean to sound like a motivational speaker, but you have to remember that a lot of the SAT is a mental game. There are a bunch of barriers and obstacles making it extremely hard to push through, but taking it day by day and studying even when you don't feel like it will instantly set you apart from the rest. What helps me is like when I'm feeling lazy and the last thing I want to do is study, just remembering that like this is where most people give up and this is why most people don't get good scores. Like it all comes down to getting past this point. Like I said, not trying to be a motivational speaker, but you don't have to be a math whiz or a genius, you just have to be willing to put in the work. So hopefully these tips can get you through your SAT, and if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.